Let me tell you something. Your mom was so fat when she stepped on the scale, it says to be continued.
Hey, man, I just had to whack him. But was that right? We're going to talk about it. I know y'all seen the slap that was heard across the world. Hey, was Will Smith right? Was Chris Rock right? We're going to talk about it. Who was right? Maybe no one was right. Hey, stay tuned. Hey, before you do anything, subscribe right now. Subscribe to our channel where you get all the fire. Every week we dropping content. We teaching. Our goal is to teach young men and women how to live a well-balanced life. Subscribe. Share this video with at least three friends. Send it right now. And don't forget to like this video. And stay tuned. And let's see. Because we want to know at the end of the video, what's your opinion? If you was in Will Smith's situation, what would you have done? I know everyone's seen what happened at the Oscars. It was a phenomenal night. Well, it was, Will was he won his first Oscars, for the movie he did for Serena and Venus Williams, the story of their dad. But that night was overtaken. It is called the slap that was heard all across the world. The reason for that is because everybody started talking about it. Yeah, it happened last week, but we're covering it now because, because I even did a poll, and half my Instagram was split. Some people say Chris Rock was wrong, and some people said Will was wrong. So it was really split. So I really wanted to talk about it from not just an emotional perspective, but from right and wrong. So we'll start. What did you think when you saw that? Like, what is your take on it? Do you think Will Smith was right for slapping Chris Rock? Like, what was your take on it?
He was wrong.
He was wrong?
Yeah.
Why you feel like he was wrong?
I mean, Chris Rock a comedian. He knows that too.
Yeah.
Until you see Jenna be like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like that joke.
Okay. So how you felt about it?
I think.
What do you think?
In all honesty, bro, he was wrong.
What made you think he was wrong?
I really gotta think this out.
Man, okay.
I can say a whole lot because that guy, it's like, why would you do that?
Now, regardless, it was the Grammys, right? No,
It was the Oscars.
It was the Oscars, and then on top of it, bruh, there's so much people out there. It's like, why are you gonna let your pride get in the way? That made no sense. Like, and then on his wife too. There was a video of her laughing at the joke. There was a video of her.
No, she was not laughing at the joke.
No. She was. I promise you.
I was behind it.
Yeah, there was a recording from mine. You seen the video?
Yeah, I see.
Okay. When Chris Rock made a joke, Will was laughing.
Yeah.
Then when he saw his wife's face, because his wife made a face of disgust, that's what made him get up. Because he was. So I don't know what video y'all were talking about where he was laughing.
No, it was like after he slapped it in there.
Oh, after the slap.
Yeah.
Okay, after the slap, that means he was.
No,
not
he was still saying like the G.I. Jane joke.
No, after the slap, Chris Rock was just basically saying like it was just a joke. He didn't go for it. So any laugh, she was not laughing at the joke. He was laughing at the joke in the beginning, and then if you pay close attention, Will Smith was laughing a little bit, but then she made a face like, yo, like, what's up with this guy? Now, I don't know if you guys know, but there's history between them. Chris Rock, his wife was boycotting the Oscars, right? I forgot what year it was. She was boycotting the Oscars. When she was boycotting the Oscars, Chris Rock made a joke about her. So now that he's the host and he makes another joke about her. So it was years ago he made a joke about her. Then years later he makes another joke about her. And then this time like everybody said, the reason why she's bald is because she's suffering from alopecia. For those who don't know, it's just basically a condition that makes you like lose your hair. So like I said, when it comes to like medical conditions, and there are some boundaries when it comes to making a joke. But yeah, understanding the history behind Chris Rock and her, you had to know like, okay, man, like there's a little animosity there. And it's like Will Smith was stuck in between.
He's still wrong.
No, we didn't get to that yet. Because
she didn't care about she said, well, her words before the Oscars, she said she don't care about anybody making fun of her bald head. Like, she didn't care about any jokes about her bald head and this and that. She didn't really care about none of that.
Okay, so that's why I give the story. Maybe she didn't care about the joke about her bald head, but they have a history where
I know that
she made a like years before, and I forgot what year it was.
2016.
Yeah, like when she was boycotting the Oscars, he made a joke about her, and she didn't really too much like that. So it may not even be the joke about her hair. It's the fact maybe like she just don't like him. And Will Smith know the history, so it's like, dang, you disrespect him. You made a joke on my wife before, now you're doing it again. Okay, it's not even about she's sensitive of her bald head. It was more like, okay, I'm gonna do something about this because you've picked on my wife before. You've made jokes on my wife before. So if I don't stop you now, you're gonna continuously do it. So it's not even about she's bald, because a lot of people, I heard a lot of different angles about, as a comedian, are there certain jokes you shouldn't make? So let's just say you shouldn't make jokes about the person's family. You shouldn't make jokes about like if they have a medical condition. You shouldn't make jokes, I don't know, maybe about their religion. But at the end of the day, they are comedians. And I heard somebody say this, like, they're comedians. If you don't want to be clown, don't come to their event. Like, if you know there's going to be a comedian who's hosting, if you go to a comedian show, definitely be prepared for them to make fun of you in whatever shape or form. But because a lot of people was like, okay, what are the boundaries that comedians shouldn't make a joke? But there's some, like, I've watched comedians, I forgot his name, he makes fun of crippled people. Like, he'll do the walk, he'll do the, like, this guy, he's a Hispanic. I forgot his name. But he be doing like his arm like broken. Like, you know how crippled people have the arm like this?
I know you're talking about.
Yeah. There's a guy, I forgot his name. That's all the jokes he makes is on crippled people. And there's people that make fun of fat people.
Rags.
Try Rags is his name?
No, you want to try?
Oh yeah.
You making jokes on crippled kids in school?
Okay, you see,
beating up on them, bro.
Yeah, there's
he been with somebody had Tourette syndrome.
Well, you see, these comedians, that's all they do. Yeah. So you can't tell. Imagine a comedian, all their niche is crippled people, or their niche is like fat people, or their niche is maybe homosexuals. So are you gonna tell them like, oh, stop? Because then their career is over unless like they choose a different niche. But how about their best jokes was on crippled people, or their best jokes was on fat people? So I just think going back to the Chris Rock and Will Smith, I applaud him for defending his wife. Listen, I applaud him for defending his wife, but the way he defended his wife was wrong. So, he could have went backstage after he got the award or later, like, yo, I don't like how you keep trying my wife, how you keep talking about my wife. Yo, cut the jokes out. He could have did that and handled it in a different manner. Because, believe it or not, let's imagine, to slap somebody, that's assault. Mm-hmm. So, Chris Rock could have pressed charges on him. He probably, that assault, he has bond money. He would have probably got out the next day or the same day. But still, like, Now that's on your record. And then, so that's one. Chris Rock could have pressed charges. Two, now you have a group of people that's like, wow, this was classless. Like you had no, because Will Smith, you know, he hasn't done nothing really wrong in his long career. You haven't heard him in the news for doing bad stuff. So now you got a bunch of people that used to respect him are like, yo, wow, this guy is like, you know, he has no class. Or so now people who never saw him in that light are now saying like, yo, you have no class. Yeah, maybe there's some people that respect you more for doing it, but of course you're gonna have some people who totally like, yo, you know, like longtime fans probably now, you know, I'm done with you. I don't want to watch you no more because like that's not, you know, you have no class. So that's two. The third thing, it was like, a lot of people touched on it. You know, the Oscars is big, so a lot of white people watching. I don't really know black people that watch the Oscars. Black people don't watch the Oscars. So, for that to happen, you know, there's a stage mainly a lot of white people are watching, and it's like a white people award show. So when you do that, you know, white people, Caucasians, they already think black people ghetto. They already think black people hood. They already think black people are dangerous. You know, a lot of white people, you know, they just think if you had dreads and golds, you crazy and you dangerous. So now Will Smith, which clean cut light skin, so now they're gonna be like, even the clean cut light skin one's dangerous.
Man, light skin, I was like brown skin.
He brown skin, but still. So for him to do that, it's like now it's like that's a represent. Will Smith is a representation of the black community. Because if you look at different careers and professions, you got the basketball, actors, inventors, and all type of stuff. Will Smith, when it comes to acting, in film, TV, he's one of those people that represents the black community. So now it's like, oh wow, we used to think Will Smith a little innocent boy, but he did, like, you know. So those are all the reasons why I feel like he was wrong, because like it did. I feel like it did more damage than good. On Chris Rock end, you know, they say right after his tour sold out, everything sold out, you know. And one thing, outside of for right or wrong, right? The moment I seen the video, because if you study body language, that video will kind of disturb you a little bit, because Will Smith walk up, and a lot of people, when he walk up, you know, Chris Rock has his hand behind his back. He walked towards him, lift up his hand and swung and slapped him. But the whole entire time, Chris Rock hand remained behind his back, and he just like, you know, like went with the slap. But studying body language and even cognitive behaviors, there's no way somebody's gonna come up to you, they're walking up to you. So he might have thought like Will Smith was gonna grab the mic, but he walk up, then he proceeds to lift his hand and boom. When that happens, even though you're not maybe block the whole slap, but there's no way your hand's gonna remain behind your back and just go like this. Unless you're a trained professional, where it's like you're trained to just take hits, because
or it could be fake.
That's what I'm saying.
We gotta let. I'm like, ain't no way.
That's why this is what I'm explaining.
I know what you mean.
So if it was real, he would have at least taken his hand from the back and try to protect it. Because your mind, okay, in your body, there are parts of your body that subconsciously your mind wants to protect. Number one place is your head. Your head area, whenever something's happening, your mind wants to protect your head. So that's why, like, a lot of time people will go like this when something's happening, because you want to cover your head. Why? Because that's where your brain is. So subconsciously, you know that the most important part of you is in your head. So you want to protect your head. Of course, you want to protect some your stomach and stuff like that. But the place you want to protect the most is your head. So for him not to at least raise his hand to block it or to like go like to me, it was too weird. So that's why I'm like, you know, as me, I have background in marketing. As we know in marketing, controversy sells faster. Like when you get stuff like that, people talk about it more. And when the slap happened, I bet everybody was putting it on social media, everybody was texting, and then their ratings went through the roof. And if you look, the Oscars, their ratings been falling. So it could have been some way to raise their ratings, but that's just that. You get to decide what it is. But yeah, so I think from the perspective of what I just explained, Will Smith was wrong on how he handled it. Chris Rock, he is a comedian. It's his job to make jokes. So I don't hold him too much to the wrong. I just felt like Will Smith could have handled it better. Defending your wife, I commend him for defending his wife, but he should have defended his wife in a better way.
Obvious.
And that's another thing. They said, when the August Alsina thing happened, it was like, why didn't he go and, run up on him like that? Right. And I seen something else that was like, if it was The Rock, they said he would have never slapped him.
Yeah, he would have never slapped him.
Because I know The Rock would have beat him. I think The Rock would have beat him. But I think if it was The Rock that made a joke, I don't think
he would have made a joke like that.
No, even if The Rock made a joke like that, which I don't think The Rock would make a joke like that. Actually, I think The Rock would make a joke like that.
I guess I'm wrong.
But even if he would have made a joke like that, if it was no previous beef or animosity, I don't think Will Smith would have went up. I think he really went up because of the previous things that they had. The previous animosity was like, man, like, y'all ain't you ain't gonna keep talking about my wife. And I think his wife probably said something to him like, yo, a lot of people keep talking about the family, keep talking about us. Like, yo, we in an open relationship. Yo, our kids look crazy. Da-da-da-da.
You should marry in an open relationship? I don't know.
Maybe I think he was like so fed up. And it was like, okay, I'm going to do this one to show everybody I'm not playing. I think Chris Rock was his used. I think he used Chris Rock to set an example like, yo, y'all ain't finna be talking about my family. My family not finna be the joke. Everybody been talking about it, but I guess he got fed up.
You see Will Smith? She wrote a whole letter to Tupac. That boy was gone. She wrote I miss you. Me and my mom miss you and everything. We need you. I'm looking like,
man.
What the heck?
Yeah, bro. It was a whole note, bro.
Yeah.
She wrote it.
Their relationship different.
Yeah.
But I think he has to have more controls happening in his home because a lot of the reason people are talking about his family is due to what they're doing and what's coming out. So I think he just needs to sit down with his family and see how they're gonna handle this. And I know sometimes when you get to level 10, in the moment you can't sometimes you get out of control. But still, I think he was just fed up. That result, it was not even about Chris Rock. I think he was just so fed up of how people just making fun of his family. It was like, man.
I think it's only him. They ain't making fun of his family.
They making fun of him too.
No, they're only making fun of Will Smith only.
Oh.
Because because his family is breaking him down.
Yeah. So because he's the head and he's the most influential.
You see the red table?
Yeah.
Yo, kid. That was it was a video he said he planned for 3 years. He planned for something for 3 years for his wife's 40th birthday.
Yeah.
And then his wife said that was just for his ego and stuff. It was mainly for him, not for his wife. I'm looking
wow. Who said that?
His wife.
Oh wow. Hey, he just need to get better control of his family.
Yeah, I'm thinking when the women turn 40, they feel like they're old.
Yeah.
It makes it seem you still the best and everything. She's like, nah, this is all about you. He had a whole documentary for her and stuff, Mary J. Bling. I wanted to cry damn.
Like we said, when you with a special someone or your partner, you want to defend your partner. when someone else is attacking your partner, if you're in a relationship, you want to defend them, but you don't. You gotta always make sure at what cause you're defending them. You don't want to put your life in danger. You don't want to put other people's life in danger, and not just your.
No, I'm telling you, she would have done a 2-part.
Not just physically, but you want to protect your character. You want to be careful. So there are better ways. Talking it out, going backstage. We don't always have to make everything a clown act where it's in front of everybody. Like, let's have better emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is very important. And, like you said, he's very overwhelmed. He's very overwhelmed. So if you're overwhelmed, seek counseling. And there was a great point. He said Denzel had told him, at your highest point, that's when the devil will come at you. Something like that. I'm butchering what he said, but it's true. Sometimes at your highest point, the devil will come for you. Like, this was his first Oscars. And look, so you just gotta be on point. So every little thing that's happening in your life is practice. So when you do get on those big stages, when you do get to the mountaintop, like whatever you've been doing, it's gonna show at the mountaintop even more. So, just let's all keep him in prayer. And yeah, man, because he is an icon. But this was a discussion. I want to ask you, comment down below, who do you feel was wrong? Or do you think anyone was wrong? Was it Will Smith? Was it Chris Rock? Hey, comment down below. That's the power question of the day. Who was wrong? And a little side note, you could comment. If it was you, how would you have handled this situation? If you was in Will Smith's shoes, how would you handle that situation? That's what I really want to know. How would you do it? Well, this was another discussion with the MR.NOLDS organization. We are out.